Here we have a Fernspray Hinoki Cypress, and I'm going to do the rough out pruning before it's wired. With each cut, I'm making sure that I have enough branch length to move into position when I wire it, but the basic overall silhouette of the tree is going to be thinner at the top and wider at the bottom to resemble how they look in nature. Hinoki cypress is a forest species, so they like ambient moisture and cool roots. They're not like most other conifers. And this is a common misconception that causes people to underwater this species. But they do like lots of ambient moisture and cool root systems. Branch removal is one of the hardest parts of bonsai, as cutting the wrong branch may set your design back quite a bit. So when I style trees like this, I like to cut back what I know is out of the way and not usable, and then I might cut more later on when I actually go to apply wire. Even if we do not style this tree soon, this is going to keep the tree's vigor in check and more balanced, and it's also going to allow more air and light to be received by the lower branches. One thing you can do when you're deciding where to cut is you can pull the branch down to roughly where it will be when it's wired. And for example, on this branch, which extends the same length as the lower canopy here, we know that if this branch is wired down, that it's going to overlap these lower branches. So we need to cut at least a portion off so that it does not create too much shade for the branches below. On these lower branches, we're going to leave them a lot longer. We are going to cause new growth to emerge closer into the base of the branch by removing the terminal shoots on these branches. Also balancing their length so that when it is wired, it looks a little bit more uniform. And now that we have most of this canopy reined in to the width that we would like, we're going to check for unnecessary branches in the design. And oftentimes those are going to be very close together and paralleling each other. There aren't too many on this tree. So even if you did nothing to this tree for the following 4 to 6 months, just pruning off these vigorous terminal shoots, the tree will be happier and healthier, and you'll be able to see where the branches are going to be moved and where there's negative space that you can utilize. Weaker internal branches, like this one, did not receive enough air, light, or other nutrients, and the tree prioritized shedding this branch instead of preserving it. What you want to do is prevent Hinoki cypress from deprioritizing a branch by allowing it to get enough air and light. the lowest branches. Again, we're going to leave the most foliage on, and we're only going to remove the terminal shoots. And you can also do this with your fingertips by grabbing the base of the stem and pulling it like this. As a final detail check, you can now use your fingertips to get the shoots that are a little bit longer than the surrounding areas that I have not yet pruned, and that will further balance the canopy shape and also promote more back budding on the inside of the canopy, which Hinoki cypress are prone to not do. So we want to encourage internal budding. And if you have any little shoots where you pulled and there is a stem, you can go back in and cut those out because they will turn brown. Hinoki cypress do naturally shed their internal foliage periodically, and you can see that in the yellow foliage on the inside of the branches, and that is a natural state for these trees. If the entire inside was turning yellow, then you may have a spider mite infestation or another problem. But at this time of year, which is fall here, you're going to get this discoloration of brown and yellow needles on the inside, and those will fall off by spring.